Hi, this is Kendall Cox, and I'm the Director of Education for Living Waters for the World, and I'm here with Jerry Good today, and he is going to walk us through some water testing and doing a Whirl-Pak. So Jerry's going to show me the steps and maybe answer a few questions that I might have when I'm doing water testing in country.
Okay, Kendall. What I have here before me is a hot Whirl-Pak kit that you can buy from the Living Waters for the World Fulfillment Center, and it contains everything that you need to do to bacteriologically test your raw water before you process it to ensure that it is bacteriologically contaminated. And also you can use these tests periodically, weekly, monthly, whatever you decide your protocol needs to be on your system once it's completed, to ensure that you're producing water that doesn't have any bacteria in it. So your operator each week, or whatever period of time that you determine is most efficient for you and necessary, is to do a Whirl-Pak test to ensure that you are producing clean water out of the system. This kit consists of several items. One is what we call a pillow pack, and what this does, it contains a medium that accelerates the growth of bacteria. So if there's bacteria present in the sample, it will make it grow almost immediately, within 48 hours usually. It will be able to tell you that there's bacteria in the water.
So that's kind of like food for the bacteria to eat?
It's food for the bacteria to eat.
Okay, all right.
Because the water probably contains just enough nutrient for the bacteria to survive.
Okay.
And once it's ingested in your body, you got a lot of this in your body, and it accelerates the growth of the bacteria and makes you sick. We'll have some alcohol pads because we don't want to introduce contamination into the test. We only want to test what's in the water. So I have a sample here of our suspected contaminated water. We also have what's called a Whirl-Pak, and on the Whirl-Pak is a place for you to write the date and the time of the sample of which it was taken, so that you can keep up with the amount of time. And inside the pack is a small amount of chemical that, if there's any chlorine in the water, it will make that chlorine dissipate so that it doesn't kill any of the bacteria that you're trying to test for. It's imperative that you do not contaminate this. This is hermetically sealed, and until you open it up, you're not going to have any bacteria in it. So what you want to do is make sure.
And I washed my hands before we got going.
Well, that's not even enough.
Okay.
So
now you're going to prep me some more.
What you're going to do is take a alcohol swab.
Okay.
And clean the tips of your fingers.
Okay.
Primarily because that's what you're going to be working with.
Right.
And it helps if you've got a volunteer to help you with this.
Okay.
Because it
I
takes
like
more
that.
than
Doing it together.
Takes more than two hands.
Okay.
So once you've got yourself sterilized, you want to sterilize this tool. This comes in the test kit too, and it's used to cut open the pillow pack.
Okay.
So you disinfect it so you're not going to contaminate your pillow pack.
All right.
And you decontaminate the end of your pillow pack.
Okay.
And then you got your Whirl-Pak.
Okay.
Now, in this Whirl-Pak, it's also good to decontaminate the top of it too, before you open it. So once you're ready and you write the pertinent information about the date and the time.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And let's just say that this is the date and this is the time. Mm-hmm. I want to know what time it is.
Yes,
okay.
Because it's very important. Now, the next thing you do without touching the inside of this bag is you rip open the top.
Okay.
Just tear the top off along the perforation that you see on it.
Okay.
And then you grab these two little tabs on the side.
Okay.
And open your bag.
All right.
And if you'll notice on this bag, there's a fill line, a marked black fill line.
Okay.
And what we want to do is, without touching the top,
fill to that line. Okay.
We're going to get Vanna White, your helper here, and we're going to fill the bag up to the fill line.
Okay.
With our water.
All right.
Okay.
I think
and
you're
then I'm gonna hold it for you.
Okay.
And you're going to open the pillow pack
All right.
you disinfected.
Okay. I'm gonna open that up with my clippers.
You can use scissors for that, or
Okay.
or whatever. And it's just that those big clippers work very well.
All right.
I
Now,
hope.
Clip that top off. I'm getting it. And then we're going to feed this.
We're going to feed our supposed bacteria that's in this water.
Okay, we might find something there. Okay. I'm going to pour this in.
Right. Get it all in without touching the bag.
Okay.
And then we do what's called whirl it. So you grab it this way.
Grab it like that.
And pull it till it's tight. And get ready and swing it a couple of times and then whirl it 3 times.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Now fold your
tabs in.
over,
okay.
And then shake your bag up real good and get all that medium all dissolved and everything
now
in
look,
the water.
it's turned yellow.
It turns the color of beer.
Okay.
And that is the normal color. This golden color is what you want it to stay looking like.
Okay.
Now after a period of time, you want to store this in something like a plastic cup.
Okay.
Set it down in it.
Just upright like that.
Upright like that. And then you let this sit for 24 hours and you go observe it. And if this begins to cloud or turn dark, then that's an indication that bacteria is present. If it does not stay this current color, you do not want to sit it in the windowsill with any light.
Okay.
You want to keep it in a relatively cool, dark place because ultraviolet rays will kill the bacteria that's in the water. Okay. So you want to take it and put it in a shaded area.
We don't want to cook it. Okay. And this temperature is actually pretty good.
And if it turns black, if it turns dark, then you know that bacteria is present.
Okay. And so that's going to make folks sick.
That'll make folks sick. Now it doesn't tell you what type of bacteria it is. It just says there are bacteria.
Okay. So positive.
And you know, harmful or not, you don't want bacteria in your water.
Okay. Now, what if, I have a couple of questions. What if it doesn't turn?
If it doesn't turn, that's not necessarily an indication that it doesn't have contaminants. It is merely measuring bacteria. It does not measure viruses or cysts or lower amounts of bacteria that may take more than the 48 hours to grow.
Okay.
But
so that's not necessarily
right. You can have a false negative. You can also have a false positive if you mishandle it and touch it and contaminate it with something that's not in the water. So it's not a test that makes the total determination as to whether you need to treat this water or not.
That's
because today the water may have chlorine in it. Tomorrow it might not.
That's right.
Today you might have gotten it out of the stream when the stream was clean. Tomorrow you might have gotten it out of the stream when the cows were drinking.
So this is only part of the weight of evidence, and we're looking at our water issue survey and other indicators.
Right. The main indicators are the people having gastrointestinal problems with drinking their water. Okay. That's the big test. So the water issue survey is very important, and this weight of evidence is the main thing. This is more useful as a test after you've cleaned the water. Okay. After you've operated the system, it will ensure that your system is producing bacteria-free water.
Okay, my second question is, after 24 or 48 hours and I've seen that this has turned, how do I dispose of this
You have
safely?
to be very careful in disposing of that, because even though this water contains bacteria, it's not going to contain enough to really make you sick. But in concentration that has grown in this after 48 hours, you definitely want to be careful with it. Okay. And in order to dispose of it, in the book, in the manual, there are instructions of how to dispose of it, but you want to use rubber gloves. Okay. You want to have some bleach handy. Okay. You want to ensure that when you're disposing of this, you put it down in a toilet, even put it under the water in the toilet. Okay. And open it up, and very carefully, without squeezing it and making it squirt, you pour it into the toilet or some place that you can dispose of it, then pour bleach into it. Okay. Clean it all up and make sure that you put it somewhere, incinerate it, or put it somewhere where somebody's not going to be able to get their hands on it.
Yeah, but, okay, that sounds good.
Using bleach.
Destroy that so that nobody wants to do anything with it.
Right. No kid wants to make a water balloon out of it or anything like that. And make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly afterwards, and use a hand cleaner, antiseptic, something like that.
All right, thank you very much. And so for more information, our students could go to our website?
To our website, and on our website, we will have in the technology blog and in the appendix to the 103 manual, all of these things are available electronically of how to do this test step by step, and also how to dispose of it properly.
Okay, so that's www.livingwatersfortheworld.org. Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.